Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I have had a lot of questions about two particular makeup products. Both of them have been kind of the root of some controversy in the greater beauty community, not just here on YouTube, but also on TikTok. I'm not going to get into all the drama, but I am going to give these a legitimate all-day wear test for you because I think that's what's missing. We're talking about Maybelline Superstay. You've seen both of these products actually come up in my videos in recent weeks, but applying this all over in a very full coverage manner. It's clear we can make it look full coverage, but how does it actually wear all day with that application method? We're gonna see. And then L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. Can it actually look anywhere close to false lashes? What can this accomplish? And even if it can look good at first go round, how does this wear all day? And does it lift? Does it actually take a person who has curl resistant lashes and keep the lift? I am getting kind of tired of makeup videos throwing something on, claiming that it's God's gift to us all, when actually the staying power of these things really, really matters. For me, it's kind of a thing that goes beyond just honesty in videos. You guys already know my stance on sponsorships. I don't do them. I think they muddy the waters of the beauty community. I have a stance as a person who started YouTube before there was ever a thought of making any money at this, and it was just people giving their honest feedback on things because they wanted to, and I want to be at least one corner of this community that keeps it that way. So you see this stuff get kind of controversial from a particular creator, and then you got all these people coming up saying, I'm so honest, and it's like, okay, whatever, but really it goes beyond honesty here because it's also an issue with thoroughness, being thorough, trying something, testing something for a while and really reporting on how that performs, you know? Do we have an honesty issue on these platforms? I'm sure we do in a lot of places, but do we have a major thoroughness problem? Yes, we have that too. So today we're gonna wear test both of these. There's gonna be multiple check-ins. We're having a snow day here actually, or an ice day technically. We've had an ice storm, so kids aren't gonna have school today. And I'm gonna fill you in all along the way on these products. So this mascara, I will say first off, as I've continued to use it over the past few weeks, it's gotten a little better with time. It wasn't striking me as world's greatest mascara when I first used it, but it's definitely shown some improvements. We're gonna see if it can hold that curl all day. And then this one, I've used it more in the capacity of being a supplement to the coverage of a makeup look. Like let's say I've put on some foundation or a lightweight tinted moisturizer, and then I've layered on some of this Maybelline Superstay Powder Foundation, and it's added some coverage. There are several products like this from the drugstore that are really similar texture. You've got L'Oreal True Match and L'Oreal Infallible. You've got the CoverGirl Red Cap family of products. And we've got this, and I feel like I do need to wear this purely as powder foundation in the manner people have been discussing, and we'll see how that wears on some 39-year-old skin today. So I've prepped my skin. I'm not going to wear any particular primer, but I've got my serums, my moisturizer, my sunscreen, eye cream on, all that. By the way, I am 128 shade-wise in this Maybelline Superstay Hybrid Powder Foundation. I kind of take that to mean that it can be a powder that works in multiple ways, be it just setting things like I described or full-on as foundation. Long-lasting matte finish, up to 24-hour wear, they say, so we should expect good wear out of this. Weightless and comfortable feel, sweat resistant. Now what I've been questioned about is the application that involves a damp sponge all over. Michaela did the video on TikTok where she has blanked her face out so much with some of this, like you can't hardly tell that it's the same person. One side is her natural face, one side she's used this stuff, and everybody's shook. Like I said, the thing that's missing from all this is an actual wear test because a thick amount of powder foundation all over the face may not wear beautifully well. Also, I'm gonna wear this like I realistically would wear powder foundation, which means I'm gonna put some concealer on first, okay? Let's just use a little Maybelline Instant Age Rewind here. This is in Fair. It's a concealer I know I can count on. It won't look too heavy. It's not going to like create problems for the look, I don't think. But if I were ever gonna put on powder foundation, I would always do a little concealing first like this. And we're just gonna buff this in with my e.l.f. Duo Complexion Brush. Okay, there we are. A little concealer on. That's just the way I would begin a powder foundation look. Now, damp sponge. This is my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge. We're going to pick up some of this product on there, and we're going to begin swiping it on. We're getting all over everything. Under eye, everywhere. Is it full coverage when worn like this? I think it pretty much is. I have a few little freckles that are peeking through, but I feel like the skin is getting majorly covered. See how that's doing so far? I would say that is pretty darn full coverage when applied in this way, getting a healthy amount on a damp sponge and dabbing it in. Haven't really gotten the nose much. Whoa. And it's a very soft feeling powder, and that's usually how you can tell what things are going to have the capability of operating like a powder foundation, is if they feel really soft to the touch. So this has that vibe, and I imagine you could do the same thing with those other brands that I mentioned, but this is really the one in question right now. You know, while it's full coverage, it's incredibly matte and flat, seeing as it's a powder that has no, you know, luminosity in it. Like, just because it's coverage, does that mean we like this best? I don't know. The claim was that the damp sponge helps this melt into the skin, but it's a powder, gang, and it's real dry looking. I'm just trying to get the level of coverage Michaela got with this product. And I feel like I've reached it, but I don't feel like anything's truly melting down into my skin. I think I got it evenly everywhere. I'm going to finish my look. I'm going to add in like my bronzer and blush and highlight and stuff, do my brows, do my eyes, and then we will come over to this product. Okay guys, I'm back. I'll fill you in on all the steps I completed just now. I used my Rimmel Natural Bronzer. I used my Physicians Formula Butter Glow pressed powder in the shade Natural Glow. I'm wearing that as my blush, and then a little bit of a highlight. This is Making Memories from ColourPop, so it's that really like light pearly highlighter there. And I feel like as I look at my skin after seeing those steps added, like the skin doesn't look so bad. I look up close at the under eye and it's a little scary and dry. Not my favorite looking under eye, but all over the skin, now that these products have been added, a glowy blush and highlight, I could be convinced that perhaps I have a standard foundation all over the skin, but we'll see how it wears. Maybe the skin's gonna produce some oils that's gonna make this look even more one with the skin, but I wanted to stick to powder products for those steps just because I didn't want to like alter things too much. I thought maybe swiping on a bronzer stick might kind of affect the powder foundation maybe, and I'm really analyzing it today, so I don't want to mess it up. Brows are Kosas Brow Pop and the Benefit Fluff Up Brow Wax. And then for my eyes, I used one of the new Milani Gilded Minis. I was sent these, and I used the Luminoso collection in my last Milani video, so I'll be testing these out next, and it's the one called Champagne Problems. So it's just got a lot of warmth in there, gold, warm colors, and I'm not doing eyeliner today because I want to see this mascara as much as possible. And I am going to do it top and bottom. We know sometimes things don't wear well on my lower lashes. I actually have some pretty long lower lashes, so we'll find out. But really what interests me most, I know this can be built up for some decent length. What I want to see is, can it hold curl? Because lift is in the name. I feel like it should be holding curl pretty well. This mascara is what, 2 to 3 weeks old for me. That's how long I've had it. I've experimented with it on and off, so it's got a little age on it, and I feel like it's building up a little bit better now than it was when I first got it. Got those lashes nice and curled. As we've talked about, this has a flat side that's bare, completely bare from any bristles, and then around the other side we do have some very, very short bristles, okay? And this is really similar to the strategy that CoverGirl Supersizer had, where they had the flat sides and you felt like you were kind of like painting on some mascara with that, and then you could use the combie side to bring it on home, bring it on through. As someone who has, you know, not the thickest lashes that want to point downward. I mean, length on my lashes, they're not incredibly long, they're not the shortest ever, but this is not gonna compete with false eyelashes. But there's one coat, and it ain't bad, you know, that's not a bad starting point. I'm gonna let that be, and I'm gonna come over here to this side, and then I can bounce back and build up another coat. I consider a coat, somebody was asking in a video, what's a coat? I consider that when you dip back into your tube and go in for more product and then you begin applying more, I consider that another coat. back-to-back weeks with snow days here. We do have some remote learning packets to use for the girls today, but that went pretty smoothly last time. So, okay, we got our curl on. I kind of use that flat side, paint my lashes with it, and then use a bristly side to bring it on through. I'm feeling like the lashes are looking pretty nicely separated there, like not too clumped together. I'm gonna now begin going in with coat 2 on both eyes. What, the clump? That just fell. That's a big old monster clump just fell off. What? Hi, Chihuahua. Okay, we'll take care of that little friend in a minute, but wow. Coat 2 is kind of just taking these lashes and making them each look thicker. I felt like my first coat was like most of the way dry, and then I come on with this and I think it has some ability to build. And I don't feel really like my curl is dropping too much right now. See that now? That's 2 coats on that eye. I'm seeing more length. They don't look too clumpy. Let's go ahead and take care of that little friend on the cheek. There we go. Really starting to thicken up on my left eye now. I'm honestly pretty pleased with the way the lashes are looking now. I feel like I have a pretty good density of lashes. Like, it's not making them all chunked together and look like fewer, and what I do have is looking thicker and longer. I'm gonna see if I can just add a little bit more, get away with like maybe a bit of a third coat here. Just top it off a little bit, see if it'll accept, because we know mascaras sometimes reach a point where your additional coats just look like little funky ends, and we don't want that. This is taking a little bit more. Okay, it's accepting it, it's working with it. My lashes may tend to fight the curl of a mascara more than most, but it's looking nice and black, pretty thick, and then I'm gonna do some lower mascara as well. We'll test it there today too. Like I said, it's a snow day. I'm not leaving the house. This is just between me and you guys. See, I have pretty long lower lashes, so they kind of reach out and can cause some problems for me if what I've put on is not going to be super long wear. My lashes are, wait, this isn't Cali Ray come hell or high water. Okay, we've got a lower lash happening there. That's as thick as I'd want to wear it on my lower lashes. I'm going to blink down. I'm going to see if I can reinforce this curl as everything's getting fully dried up here. This is the way I curl my girls' lashes, by the way, because they do not like me coming at them with a lash curler. If I have to do their makeup for like cheer or something, I just do mascara and I have them kind of blink down on my finger as it's most of the way dry, and it ends up putting a curl in there. The gentlest way to do it. All right, telescopic lift. Can we maintain this all day? We will see. Threw on a lip color. I first put on my ColourPop Blotted lip in Bee's Knees, but it was a little bit more pinky than I wanted it to be, seeing as I'm wearing a red shirt. So I added some Maybelline Superstay in Own Your Empire. And also, guys, the time now is 5:45. We're just going to call that about 6 that this stuff went on. And then I will do check-ins. I've set alarms on my phone to check in at 9, noon, 3, and 6. So it'll amount to like a 12-hour wear test, looking at the way the face looks and the way the eyes look. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you in a little while. Okay, so about 3 hours in, what are we seeing here? I have wiped my nose a couple times, got a little bit of a runny nose going. Overall, I feel like the face looks fairly normal. It's not looking too thick. I see a little coverage breakdown where like I've wiped my nose. It doesn't look quite as even like here as it does everywhere else, but it's not bad. It's Hello, snow day. Under eye not looking maybe the freshest, but not looking terrible. Lashes dropping a little bit more on this side than this side. All in all, it's not a total miss at this point in time. Things are hanging in there. Guys, we're checking in now at noon. It's been about 6 hours, and you know what? I'm fairly impressed by everything I'm seeing. I do feel like there's been a slight bit of just general wear all over with this powder foundation. Like, I can just see through to the skin a little bit more than I could earlier. But none of it looks especially cakey, except kind of up on the under eye. I was looking pretty close in my mirror upstairs just a little bit ago, and I was like, yeah, that's the one area where maybe I could have used a lighter powder to set my concealer there and then still gone ahead with the powder foundation all over, because that's really looking not too bad all over the rest of the face. It's worn in a little bit, it's worn down just a bit, and it seems honestly a little more natural than when we started. The lashes, I still feel like they're holding a decent curl for me, actually. I've seen other mascaras fall more than this on an average day. Eyeshadow's still wearing really well too. Not that that was really part of this. The lip has faded quite a bit. Oh, and the nails, they just need to be redone. So I accidentally missed my 3 o'clock update. It's now like 4:30. I do feel like there's been even more just general wear down on my skin because I have both concealer and powder on the under eye area. I think I'm still seeing a little bit more there. Like I said, I think setting it with a lighter powder would have been even better, but like I've just got more patchy wear down than I would expect. Like I'm worn down here, right in the nose area. It's definitely not leaving me with a feeling like, oh, if I had a day where I really had to be in it for the long haul and never touch up, this is what I'd pick. I don't think so. I would go with a different long wear foundation, actual liquid Maybelline Superstay, because I just feel like I've got not a whole lot left on the face now. Now the lashes, I don't think have changed much. I think they actually have held onto their curl pretty well now for a good portion of the day, and we'll still have one more check-in. So this is my final update of the day. All in all, not a bad, hello there, not a bad wear test experience. I do feel like the lashes actually held the curl pretty well. Maybe I could have curled them or applied it a little bit better on this side, but it's still keeping with it. And as far as the makeup on the face, we've got a fade, lightening and coverage as the day has worn on, and a look of thickness on the under eye area. So the takeaway here, sorry if you're hearing that microwave popcorn, I would set the under eye with something a little bit lighter. I could have chosen perhaps a better primer for underneath that might have helped it cling a little bit more, but I wouldn't go like heavy on the under eye with that product. I feel like it was maybe a little bit better experience than I was expecting actually with both things, but still I think that powder foundation is by no means 24-hour wear. I know that it can't quite get through 12, so. I didn't remember to reference the mascara. It did not smudge on the under eye, but it was kind of tricky to remove. All in all, this one does not top Lash Paradise from L'Oreal as my favorite drugstore mascara. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!